Let me
Nathan wants to give it a shot,
Let me get in there.
Nathan wants to get in there.
I'm in here now.
And here we are. Good evening, folks. This is Reku. Thank you for joining me. Let's see. Sorry. Confused for a moment because the message about the resubscribe was being weird. Skylarka, thank you for resubscribing. Yeah, so we're starting a horror game tonight. I'm nervous. But before we jump into that, why don't we take a look at the schedule, because this week's going to be a little different. Yes, this will be fine. For you. It's me I'm worried about. No, that's fine. Let's see. So yeah, tonight we're doing Slay the Princess. I'm not doing a Thursday stream this week. Wednesday, instead, I'm going to be hanging with my friends Sparrow and Nanashi. And we're going to be crashing around doing some stuff in Final Fantasy XIV. Going to be kind of low-key. Nanashi is pretty new to the game, so she's kind of low level, but we'll just be hanging out. That'll be a good time. Saturday morning, I'll be back here doing more live 2D rigging. We're getting really far along on the model. Going to try to do a little bit of work off stream because there's some really boring and tedious stuff that's probably not fun to watch. But I think I'm at the point now of adding all the shiny metallic stuff, so that's exciting. And then Saturday evening, I'm going to be over on Sparrow's channel. I just smacked my mic. Apologies. I'm going to be over on Sparrow's channel for her Talking Sugar talk show as the guest. She's invited me on to talk about the Xeno series. Xenogears, Xenosaga, Xenoblade, all that nonsense that, like, I thought I was, like, the only person who cared about, then go figure, like, half the VTuber folks I know are into it, so that should be fun. That'll be over on her channel Saturday night at 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see. I think that's all the programming notes I have for now, so let's get into it. All right, so horror games. Let's turn the sound up. Perfect creepy ambiance. Let me turn on the volume just a hair. Yeah, something like that. Okay, so I haven't played that many horror games before. I've played a few. Honestly, the last actual horror game I probably played that wasn't like action horror, but actual scared the crap out of me was probably Doki Doki Literature Club, which the game's reputation is legendary. If you know, then you know. I just realized I have to fix something with my chat overlay. One moment. Always fine when the game is like, warning, this is a horror, be afraid. Yeah, well, I mean, at least, you know, truth in advertising. One moment. I apologize for not fixing this earlier. Here we go. Sorry for the bleeps. Quiet, you. Okay, and then reload the overlay. Okay. Y'all didn't see that. Anyway, yes. Let's see. This is a horror game and is not intended for all audiences. Please visit our website if you need a full list of content warnings. Contains flickering images. Standard warning. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions. There are only fresh perspectives and new beginnings. This is a love story. Oh, well, that's nice. So yeah, all I know about this game is that it's got a looping story structure, and we're supposed to slay the princess. Apparently bad things happen if we don't. I don't know if that means bad things don't happen if we do, and I'm tempted to mess around with it, but I also wonder if this is one of those games that remembers the choices you make over time. So, kind of like Undertale, or for that matter, Doki Doki Literature Club. I do not know much else about this game. I've only loaded it up far enough to make sure it works in OBS, and I know if you stay on this title screen long enough, the art changes, as does the music. but I'm not going to wait around for that. Oh, we got a creepy little clawed finger cursor. That's kind of neat. All right, well, no more stalling. Let's get to it. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path...
Oh good, it's narrated.
...is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Oh, okay, so as you move your mouse cursor around, it actually shifts the map, the level perspective. That's cool. Yeah, before I selected this game, I didn't realize it had narration, which is honestly good for me. It's narrating a visual novel. I don't know if I've got the chords for that.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Okay, so our options are, you know, explore. Okay, I'm guessing these explore options don't actually advance the story, so let's see if we can get some information here. Yeah, we've got a lot of different things to look into.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
Okay.
Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do.
Sorry, I'll read out the choices I'm making before I click them.
We're all counting on you.
No, I basically just asked, well, if she's locked up in a basement, how's she going to end the world? And he just said, don't worry about it. Do you have any evidence to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
Okay, have you considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation. Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything.
Okay. I would like to have some background information here, but I suppose that's the point of the game.
Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
I'm not fashionable enough to slay. Killing a princess seems kinda bad though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress?
Point.
If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Oh, snap. Let's see. Can't someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case, but I don't make the rules.
He does in fact have a point.
I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far, but unfortunately for the both of us, you're the only one who can pull this off.
We're doomed.
Like I said, I don't make the rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
Let's see. So I'm not going to go through all these options. Because, you know, I'm not okay with the world ending. Let's see. Look. Okay. Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her. And if she's as bad as you say she is, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had the chance to meet her face to face. which is a choice. Oh, my head's in the way. Not too bad.
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out. Then each and every one of us is doomed.
But how and why?
So sure, go, talk to her. See how that turns out for all of us. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within.
This trail is interesting, because that looks like a trench left by a single wheel. Or a bicycle.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
Okay, so they're using the narrator voice for both the, well, narrator and also voice of the hero. I don't know if we, the player, are supposed to be the hero or if there's some sort of meta-narrative going on here.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Proceed into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
Are the narrator and the hero your inner monologue, maybe? I'm guessing the voice of the hero is probably the inner monologue, the narrator, undetermined.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
I don't need a blade. I've got hands. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm going to take the blade with me.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
You got a gun? No, I got a knife. There's a knife emoji. The reason I took the blade is if I do decide she needs to die, that's probably not going to happen on this loop. You know, got it in hand. If I turn around and grab the knife, she might do something. Oh, my cursor has a knife now.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen
I don't like the
light
sketchbook
below.
style.
This is an oppressive...
While you were
place.
becoming a princess, this
The air
spud
feels
studied the
heavy and
blade.
damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Oh boy, we're in a murder basement like Stephanie Sterling's. Except, oh, this actually is a murder basement. We're here to do a murder.
Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
It's a me, Mario.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
That's our internal monologue. Well, voice of the hero.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
We can say, hi, just checking in on you. Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Or just continue down without saying anything. Okay, so me, the player, I don't know why, I mean, I know the task for which I'm here to do, but I don't have any narrative context. This is all very weird. I know that there's a gimmick to this. I don't know exactly what the gimmick is. So... hey, I think I'm here to kill you. Yeah, that seemed like a... Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
He doesn't sound too concerned.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero.
Hooray.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Though, judging by what she's said so far, I'm guessing the element of surprise doesn't count for a whole lot. So I've lost nothing of value.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
It knows what we chose. Let's see, what? No way, why would you even think that? Yeah, it wasn't a joke, I haven't decided yet, I'm just here to talk. I have not decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
No, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm thinking right now. I'm betting if we brandish the knife, she's going to attack us. Do I drop it or do I tighten my grip? I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why she's locked up. I'm going to keep the knife.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You'd think your character would be better prepared for this task. I'm wondering if the player character or the hero has a backstory here that me, having just started the game, don't know yet. I'm really curious what they're going to do.
Nathan wants to give it a shot, guys.
Oh, Giselle, thanks for resubscribing. Respudscribing. I forgot my own dumb joke here. Hi, Reku. Sky told me you were scared. Yeah, this is a horror game. But it's also a love story? I don't know. Love can be pretty scary. Maybe that's what they're going for. Yeah, I'm supposed to kill a princess. I don't know why, but I have a knife. We're gonna find out why.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
I don't know. It's not a horror game. I've heard it's a horror game. It's got the horror game tags on Steam, but the warning screen also said it's a horror game. Then they said it's a love story, so I don't know.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
I could throw it.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Yeah, it had a warning at the start of the game that said it was a horror game. Yeah, I had a disclaimer for things like epilepsy warnings and all that, but also mentioned it is a horror game. So, I only know what the game has told me.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Explore. What if she isn't bluffing? What if she kills us? Are you sure she's not unarmed? I'm sorry, can we just talk? Let's see.
You're so close. Don't give up. You've come this far. No, this is a good idea. Maybe we can de-escalate things.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can.
Oh, threatened, are we? You poor thing. Drop the knife, and of course we can talk.
No, I watched a couple of people play through all endings, and it's about as much of a horror game as a choose-your-own-adventure novel can get. I don't know. Some of those choose-your-own-adventure novels freaked me out as a kid. Like, there's no jump scares. Okay, that's good to know, because I don't like jump scares. Alright, fine. We'll put the knife down.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
That would be nice.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
I would still keep my distance, but it doesn't give me that option.
We'll be fine.
Don't worry about it.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
When Vesper was playing this, the voice actress who did the princess was in her chat. Oh, that is really cool. That's awesome. I'm glad that happened to Vesper. I haven't had a chance to watch her very much just because I've mentioned this to you guys before. Like, her schedule just doesn't line up with mine. But she seems cool, and people whom I think are cool like her. So, good for her.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Let's see. Yeah, it is pretty awkward. A relationship. Are you coming on to me? How would I get you out of here? I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. There's people who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that? What's her name? Have you been down here? Do you know why I'm here to kill you? Okay, we've talked enough. Her schedule regarding streams is when she's not sick. Yeah, I have heard her mention... I have heard it mentioned both by her and by, well, you. Her health's not so great, so she streams when she can. Alright, well, simple. What's your name?
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Not a good way to build a rapport here, lady.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
I'm here because you're supposed to end the world.
Don't just tell her that.
She already knows.
That's cute. Do you believe that? Do you think I'm some sort of monster? If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall?
Sympathy.
Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
Let's see. What are you going to do if I let you out? I've been told enough, hoping you'd tell me. No, but I'm sure they have their reasons. I'm being honest. I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them. I don't trust anybody. I don't trust any of them at this point. So I was hoping you would tell me.
Ending the world seems like an awful lot for just one person to do. I wouldn't even know where to start.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why.
True.
That doesn't sound right to me. And I don't think it sounds right to you either. Otherwise, we'd be killing each other instead of talking.
She has a point. There's a reason I've been telling you to question the situation, and there's a reason you've listened.
So, I could tell you that I'd lead a quiet life in the woods, or that I'd open an orphanage, or that I'd do any other number of good things that I'm sure you think you want to hear.
But
you don't really know me, do you? What can my word possibly be worth in a situation like this?
yeah, I need a reason to trust somebody.
She's right about one thing. Her word isn't worth anything.
Like I said, it's all about trust. Blind trust. So do you trust me, the prisoner, the victim, the princess clearly incapable of ending the world? Or do you trust whoever put me here?
She's wrong. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
No, I'm not picking these. How long have you been down here?
Too long.
You know, for someone who doesn't want to be slayed, they're really not helping me out here.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Okay. Can either kill her, let her out, or I'm going to keep you locked away down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do. Keep her locked away. Yeah, I'm going with the third option. I'm guessing it'll backfire.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help.
The typeface is different.
And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Okay, now she's starting to threaten me. Well. Alright, we can kill her, we can let her out. I'm guessing if I keep stalling, something bad will happen. I gotta go with my gut. I'm gonna regret this.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
I have the knife again.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her down here. Oh, that's a relief. I was afraid I'd already committed to not slaying her. Okay. I know something bad will happen if we don't kill her. Alright, she's threatening me.
It's never too late to do the right thing. Now hurry. You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand.
Oh god, what's with our hand? What's with our hand? We're supposed to be the hero, right?
She casually sidesteps your thrust before knocking you to the ground with a single blow from her elbow.
We shouldn't have hesitated.
But she doesn't stop there. She kicks you a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down.
Uh-oh. Hey, sorry about that. OBS just crashed, and so did the game. So let's just get it reopened real quick. Okay, is it going to pick up our game? There we go. Oh, do we have to start over? Ah, we got to do it all over again. Well, here, I'll skim through. I remember the choices I made. OBS has been giving me a lot of grief lately. It crashed on Saturday when I was doing my rigging stream, and I'm still having audio issues. Yes, even now. Blech. But that's neither here nor there. Okay,
Your
skip
Honor,
ahead.
I'm talking.
Just gonna click through real quick.
Don't look.
Tell you what. I want to get back to where I was, so I think I might have to pick all the secondary
Does it?
choices.
Oh, I have. Like I.
Okay. Talk to the and maybe I'll slay her,
I guess
but okay.
So sure. You make your way. We're not gonna. The blade.
Take the blade.
Her voice.
She sounds.
Don't let.
Hey, I think I'm here to kill you. And the game crashed on me again. Third time's the charm. Error out of memory. What the hell?
Your Honor, you're here. I'm talking. Don't look. While I nevertheless, and because that it's no unless. Oh, I have like I.
Yeah, like, I don't know why I'm getting an out of memory error because, like, I've got my task manager open and I've still got half my RAM. So, I do not know.
Then I guess then. So sure. Go talk to her. You make your. We're not gonna ignore. The interior blade. You take the blade.
Okay, just in case.
The door to the her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds.
Don't let it.
I think I'm here to kill
Rachel,
you.
You gave away the element of surprise. You walk down the. She's focus on the task.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Okay, haven't
How
decided
about
yet.
you drop the knife?
Look how. Don't you dare. It's fine.
Crashed again. Could not load image, GUI backdrop. Okay. I'm gonna go to be right back, see if I can get this fixed. All right, back in a minute. Okay. Right. So I ran a verify game files on Steam, and it did pick up a few things that were kind of glitchy. So hopefully that was it. All right. Now we're back where we were. Entering the basement.
The door to the basement creaked. Her voice.
Who's there?
She
Skipping
sounded
along.
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. You walk down the stairs.
Bad game. Yeah.
And lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around. She's focus on the task.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
Okay. I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the...
Look how... Don't you dare. It's far...
Okay, I
You
tightened my
ignore the
grip
trap.
once.
Poor thing.
You step forward.
I'm probably chained up. So, you...
She's unarmed.
I'm sorry, can we just
You're
talk?
so... No, this is a...
Oh.
Okay, at this point I did put down the blade.
The blade tumbled
Thank you. Maybe now we...
against will be fine. Don't know what you're hoping to...
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I'm here because you're supposed to end the world. Or... I forget if I did this one or this one. They're probably similar.
Don't just tell her that.
Okay, that was the one.
That's cute. If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told
Hoping
you,
you
Lionel,
would
that
tell
ending
me.
the world...
I believe her. She doesn't have to know...
At the end of the day, whoever sent you to... That doesn't sound right to...
She has a point.
So, I could... But you don't really know...
She's right about one thing.
Like I said, so do you trust...
She's wrong.
Okay. I'm going to save again just in case. Oh, there's a quick save button. That's cool. Let's see. What's your name?
She hesitates before... Again.
How long have you been down here? Okay, talked
Oh.
enough.
You know...
Okay.
That seems
Keep her
like
locked
leaving her
away.
alone.
We're just about
One
caught
way
up.
or another, I'm going
Thank you all
to
for your
find a way
patience.
out of here. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to...
You have...
Okay, locked her in the
I know
basement.
it's a chance we'll have to take.
You're making a mistake.
You turn...
It won't be long.
Slip either way.
Okay, now is when I
It's never
changed my
too late to
mind.
do the right thing. Now hurry. You charge the princess, blade trembling in your hand, but you've already lost the battle.
Yeah. I wonder if this hand means we're not the hero. We're hearing the voice of the hero, but we are not the hero.
She casually sidesteps your thrust. We shouldn't have hesitated. But she doesn't stop there. She kicks
Knife
you
time.
a few times for good measure, the pointed tip of her shoes feeling like a pickaxe against your fracturing bones, making sure you stay down. As you lie, crushed and broken on the basement floor, the princess kneels on your throat with the kind of weight you didn't think her slight frame could possibly possess. As you gasp
Yeah.
for air, she eyes you with an intense curiosity.
There's a lot we don't know about what's going on here.
You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you.
This is fine.
Is this really the best you could do? Look at you. Completely broken. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed.
I mean, even if she's small, if someone's kneeling with a knee down on your neck, it doesn't take a lot of weight to incapacitate you.
She applies more pressure, slowly squeezing what's left of your life out of your lungs. This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
That was abrupt. Oh. Game goes on.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't,
Seems familiar.
it will be the end of the world.
Okay. But I died. What am I doing here?
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Huh.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
He H is capitalized. Hmm.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me.
Yeah, I was not expecting, I was expecting a game over and try again.
What does it matter what he knows?
But things
There's
are
nothing we can do to
continuing.
stop her. She's just going to kill us again.
Voice of the broken. Oh, I don't know if that was the voice of the hero a moment ago. I didn't look for that. Is there a dialogue history? I assumed you were a new guy on the same path, but no, I think we're still us. Okay, so it went from voice of the hero to voice of the broken.
She is not going
Okay.
to kill you unless you let her. But slaying the princess and saving the world is going to be much more difficult than it has to be if you spend the whole time second-guessing yourself.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? I mean, I did just frickin' die.
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Very Foamy the Squirrel line.
Of course we died. We couldn't land a single blow on her, and she broke every bone in our body before she decided to let us die.
I mean, she got the drop on us, but I don't remember the whole broken to bits thing.
What were we supposed to do to stop her then? What are we supposed to do to stop her now? It's pointless. She's just a princess. Slaying her shouldn't have been difficult, but congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences.
Uh-oh.
What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. The princess killed us and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Oh, hero's back.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Is this fantasy or multiverse?
If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would? If she ended the entire world, why should we even bother? We might as well just walk up to that cabin, break her chains and let her do whatever she wants. It's all the same in the end.
Me right now. Yeah, you and me both. I'm curious about the structure of this.
Just because she's capable of ending the world doesn't mean you're not capable of slaying her. Both of those things can be true at the same time. So chin up. I believe in you.
Aww. Let's talk about this princess or proceed to the cabin.
Just be quick about it.
Oh, hey Sonia, thanks for stopping by. We already died once. We showed up at a cabin, we got a knife, we were told to kill a princess, but we don't know why. And the princess got the drop on us. And now we're back here where we started, except we remember what happened. It was not a game over, it was a continuation. Alright, she killed me last time around, how can I make sure that doesn't happen again? All she did last time around was beat me to death, how can something like that end the world? Quote you from last time, she's just a princess, why was she strong enough to beat me with her bare hands? We locked her into the placement, what is this place? Never mind. If I ask how can I make sure it doesn't happen again, narrator's going to tell me to just kill her. Okay, yeah, how was she able to get the drop on us?
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin and you'll be fine. Or we could pledge ourselves to her and stop pretending that we're capable of doing anything in this situation. She probably doesn't even need to try to overpower us.
Yeah, we have multiple internal monologues. We're jumping between the narrator, the voice of the hero, and the voice of the broken just showed up.
Can we tone down the pessimism just a smidge? I'm not being a pessimist. I'm just being realistic. You're being annoying. Just ignore their bickering, and whatever you do, don't pledge yourself to her. I cannot stress enough how absolutely catastrophic that would be for everyone, yourself included.
Okay, I still want to know what the actual frick is going on.
People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Don't overcomplicate things. I'm Rekujira. Have we met? Let's see. You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me? This is kind of a whiny option right here. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why is it falling on me? Yeah, someone's got to give me a damn answer here.
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. The less you know about her, the better.
Alright, that's all. Moving on.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
And I'm going to save my game in case this crashes again. Huh. Or we could just leave. We could always take the share zone option. You know what? The situation sucks. I'm gonna hit the bricks.
You're right. We should just leave. There's nothing we can do to stop her, so we might as well enjoy what little time we have left. Seriously? You're just going to turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going?
If it sucks, hit the bricks. Exactly, Sky. Okay, fine, I'll go to the cabin and talk to the princess. I definitely know where I'm going. Nope, the only thing that matters is where I'm not going. The cabin. I'm okay with the world ending. I relish the coming of a new dawn beyond our own. Going to go walk the opposite direction now. I don't have any evidence that the world will in fact end, so the only thing that matters is where I'm not going.
Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin.
I'm still curious about this path in the ground. It's an indentation from like a wheel. That probably doesn't matter.
That's strange. It looks like this path also leads to the cabin.
The fuck?
How convenient. Everything's back on track again. Maybe the world can still be saved after all.
That's not how forest paths work. Side note, Space Dunk Oreos are actually pretty dang good and fizzy. Space Dunk Oreos? What's a Space Dunk Oreo? Besides a band name that I should have thought of. I was trying to leave, so I'm gonna leave.
Really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you
Taking a
ask
sip of
me.
tea.
I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. If you don't do your job, everyone dies. Like, dies. Forever.
It's a special edition Oreo with fizzy pop rock things in the cream filling. Wait, pop rock Oreos? Okay, I am fascinated, but I don't want a big package of them. Are they available in like snack size, or do you have to get the big bag?
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came.
Brave Sir Reku ran away.
Something isn't right. Can you still hear me? You're supposed to wind up back at the cabin again. But everything is getting fuzzy.
Well, I think we're getting away from the cabin, but this isn't going to work either.
What's going on? Where are we?
I do not know. My bag isn't a full-size one, but it's not a snack size. Oh my god, I am going out of bounds. I'm going to fall through the world geometry. Actually, when that happens in a game, it genuinely creeps me out.
We're dead, obviously.
But we didn't do anything. The world around you is unwound, its physical matter replaced by a textured nothingness. It is quiet. There is a distant rumbling, a sound of many sounds. Undulations pulse louder as something other comes close. Feelers probe across the fabric of reality. Extremities find your consciousness and wrap themselves around it. You're no longer alone. Well, that's nice. It's nice that we're not alone. Resistance. Fingers drag claws across the glass surface of your very soul. Frustration. This vessel is full of you. I need something empty I can crawl inside of. I need something shaped like me. This is a nightmare. Wake up. Embrace the thoughts constricting you. Nope. 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 Gonna try to hit the bricks again. It's not. Oh.
You're on a path in the woods.
Well, now we,
At the end of that path is a cabin.
now
And
we
in the
really
basement
died.
of that cabin is a princess.
Oh, you really truly are dead this time, I guess. Yeah, so I just got 2 Steam achievements. Which ones were they? Darn it, Rekko, you broke the world. I'm a Lalafell. What am I supposed to do? Okay, let's see. The real Slay the Princess starts here. You'll know when you would see it. Denial, return to your destined path, or face the consequences.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end.
Okay, we've got a skip option. Okay, well, if we're back at Chapter 1, then we royally effed up. Let's skip ahead. In true Lalo fashion, I will embrace the coming darkness. You know, I own my brand. After causing the coming darkness, then we'll embrace it. Okay, just gonna skip ahead to the
Make
cabin.
your way up the short path. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely.
Okay, skipping ahead. I'm not gonna take the knife this time.
The door to the basement creaks open.
Okay,
revealing
this is a new path. We
staircase
can't skip
faintly
here.
Illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Wait a sec.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
I wonder if her tone... Am I imagining it, or was the tone of her voice different now that I'm not armed? Yeah, we'll just go down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done.
What has to be done? By me to help Gordon Freeman defeat the enemy. Half-life, full-life consequences. Still good machinima.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Yeah, she's acting a lot nicer now that we don't have a knife, which I suppose that makes sense. Hold on, let's talk a bit first.
Okay.
Yeah, she sounds a lot different. Knives aren't good greetings. Yeah, Sonia, you missed the first part. When I was first pressed with the choice to bring the knife or don't, I did. And her tone was much more, I don't know if I would say commanding, but like not threatening, almost kind of bemused. It's like, oh, you brought a knife. What are you going to do with that? I'll tell you what. Quick save. Basically, yeah, like you're not, so sort of a, we both know you're not going to do anything tone of voice. And to her credit, I didn't. All right, now let's try this more normally. What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Still avoidance, but less snooty.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
I mean, it worked for Mario. Well, excuse me, Princess. Princess is your name. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason. I was sent here to slay you. You're supposed to end the world. I can go back and get the knife. Okay. I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up here for a reason. This feels kind of hostile, but like, I want information.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need. You should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Princess, your name?
Like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like. I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Okay, that's weird.
Okay, that's weird.
Oh. Right?
She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
All right. A valid question. If I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Like, literally, how are you surviving?
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant. Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
I don't know. I think that's pretty significant. Yeah, like, both stories are full of holes here. The narrator is not telling us what we need to know. She's not telling us anything we need to know. Like, to echo my earlier thought, neither side is giving me a reason to trust them.
The princess.
What are you going to do if I let you out of here?
She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life.
Everyone is in fact sus.
She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Not wrong.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Let's see. Okay, I know what happens here. Because that's when she beat the crap out of us. And as up, not worth the risk to take the word over the fate of the world. Go upstairs and get the blade without another word. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get you out of here. Don't make me regret this.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you, and you won't. I promise.
You're making a huge mistake.
I know.
No, you're doing the right thing.
I know.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe
Nope.
it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any other ideas? I'm going to check upstairs. Maybe the key's still lying around up there. I can find something else. Any other ideas?
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
I mean, this isn't Saw. Unless...
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free.
Would you like to play a game?
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut.
What the fuck?
You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
I don't like that.
Is someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here.
Shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Yeah, but then she would have been mean.
Easier for whom?
One moment. Oh, wrong button. Narrator's getting bitchy. Yeah. Either the narrator gets bitchy or the princess starts getting bitchy.
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf.
That escalated quickly.
As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
For mature audiences only. Yeah, I didn't label this as like a gore stream, but it is. I do think I do have an adult warning here, just in case. Although really, it's mostly just there so I can say the word fuck without consequences.
Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save, slay, save, slay, save, slay. Twitch should know the game is mature from the category. So when I played, what was it? When I was playing through Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty, I think the Twitch automatically switched it to an adult stream on account of the game, but it didn't do that here. Yeah, I'm leaning towards save. This is interesting.
Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh.
Oh, our knife has blood on it now. They curse her. Oh, also, Sonia, since you weren't there at the beginning, notice anything weird about our hands?
The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm.
Seems oddly nonchalant about losing a hand. Claws, and I don't know if those are boils or scales. Are you a lizard man? I don't know. Maybe I am an Argonian. Those are the lizard folk from, like, Elder Scrolls, right?
Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
That's weird.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground.
Sky, so I know that's one of Koki's emote, but every time I see it, I have to think, wait, is that Emmett Selk? Okay, so she's free now. This is fine.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Her spirits are high. We just lent her a hand.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world.
Okay,
As
narrator.
the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
So we're not in control.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Slay, 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 slay. Such a wide variety of options here. I mean, I know we're supposed to slay the princess, but dude, you're taking control. This is my game, not cool.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive.
Yep. You can't control me.
The blade. Move the blade.
Okay. Oh, that's not what he meant.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
This is not going to end well.
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony. But you aren't dead yet.
I'm getting better.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake.
Yeah, no, Sonia, like, this is cool. I have no idea what the actual duck is going on here, but I'm having a good time.
For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. The two of you have literally doomed...
It's just a flesh wound. Wait a minute. Is this my cabin.wad? That would probably make more sense if I've actually seen my house.wad.
Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch of burning pain that slices its way into your body.
Giggity.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she?
I mean, she's using the pointy end. She's got a pretty good start.
Apparently not, though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound.
Sip of tea.
Won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as tears carve rivulets of pink down her blood-spattered cheeks. It can't just end like this, right? Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over.
How is she not bleeding out from the stub of her arm?
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, darn. The damsel. Okay, the last time when we got to chapter 2, it was called The
You're on a
Tower.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Thank you, Sky. Alright, let us save our game. Okay, well, the good news is I think we fixed the game corruption issue, at least for now. So, moving on.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I'm getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here.
I could have sworn I've been here like 4 times. Once after a princess beat me up, another time after the world ended. Are we counting the times the game crashed? Because then it's been like 7.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
Don't worry about it. Oh, okay, so instead of voice of the broken, we have voice of the smitten.
Our beloved? Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the 4 of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
By the way, how are the audio levels?
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Audio levels are good. Okay, cool. Let's see. I do have ducking set up on my primary audio device so that when I'm talking, it lowers the game audio. At least that part of my pipeline's working all right.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Okay, horny conscience aside, the guy's got a point. This is more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? I don't like that option. Move into the cabin.
Before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in. I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
Yeah, that.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
The smitten over here like, well, the narrator did tell us to slay the princess. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink. You know, that pun has been weighing on me since I started this game, but I didn't think the game itself would take it quite so literally. Yes, slay, queen.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
How many little, like, consciences are we going to have hanging around on our shoulder? Because, like, there's one on my left shoulder, there's one on my right shoulder, there's one on my head. I'm running out of play. Oh, and also even the broken guy is around here somewhere. I'm running out of shoulders.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant.
This is different.
Walls draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Okay.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So somehow we went from a cabin to the top of a tower. Or I'm assuming it's the top of the tower, judging by the skyline. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the table, and the door to the basement. There's nothing else in here.
It's exactly what someone would say if they were trying to mess with me.
A mirror. There isn't. I'm sure the princess would tell us there was a mirror if she were up here. In which case she'd be lying to you because, again, there isn't a mirror.
Okay, so I just noticed an interesting detail. This probably won't matter. Okay. So the whole like sketchbook style of this game, visual style of this game is pretty interesting. I like it. The knife and the mirror are not animated. Why would you lie about that? What's the point? I want to look at myself. I want to see how handsome I am. This is the smitten voice. Approach the mirror. Do I approach the mirror or do I approach the mirror?
That's a great idea. We have to make sure we're looking our best before we save her. We shouldn't waste time preening. If he is lying about the mirror, it might be important.
Again, he is capitalized.
I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would it even do?
Oh, now we approach the mirror.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Wipe it clean.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But it was there a second ago. And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather
There's
out
still
of place.
something there. Maybe you're the dragon. There hasn't been mention of an in-game dragon yet, unless I'm that oblivious. I don't know what the frick we are. Oh, okay. The mirror disappeared and now it's back to a banner. Okay, well... Well, the classic princess and the dragon. Point. Alright, she was weird, but she wasn't hostile, so I'm just gonna... save my game. This is the start of Chapter 2. This is kind of our live save. Alright. Laura, take the blade or enter the basement. Nah, I'm just gonna go back in. Still want answers.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight. But it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
I mean, stone basement is better than a dirt basement.
A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
Quiet, you.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
Okay, there's a lot that's different here. She's got a different dress, her bindings are different.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
He's not chiding you about not having the blade too. Huh. You know, you're right. Why isn't he giving a shit about that?
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
The Spin's tone of voice kind of reminds me of, I can't remember his name from Dark Souls, the guy with the round armor.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
Is that supposed to be a knife-slashing pun?
And she called us a hero.
I do like being called a hero.
Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
Told
That's
you.
right, villain, and you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
Her hand. Because the other one got chopped off. Does the narrator not know what is going on either? Yeah, so... I have no idea what's going on with the narrator. Yeah, the narrator doesn't know the whole story. Like, obviously the narrator doesn't know we're not in the cabin. Unreliable narrators are fun.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset.
Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible.
Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
But we don't know that she... Well, the narrator is convinced, but like we, the POV, We don't know that she ended the world. We died.
We never saw a world end.
Oh,
And now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
you killed me last time and it hurt a lot. Why did you do that? I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you again? What happened after I died? Did you end the world after you killed me there? Okay. What happened after I died?
You died, and now we're talking.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I mean, we were about to kill her. So simple, right? I love a straightforward narrative. But before we started talking, did the world end? Did you end the world?
I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession.
No, I don't want the world to end.
Then I didn't end the world.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
Okay. This exchange is kind of reminding me of, it's been so long since I've seen this, but like, it's not really relevant, so I'll keep it brief, but, there was an episode of Steven Universe where like he's stuck in a dream sequence or whatever, and it's like everyone just goes along with exactly what he says, and whenever he asks a question, they always ask, what do you want it to be? So, I wonder if she's pulling the same kind of trick.
I'm not so sure.
I'm sorry about what happened last time. The narrator who sent me here to kill you took over my body. It was extremely unfair. Thing is, she's acting weird. I didn't bring a knife. Do I have to cut you out again?
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no
Make a sip of
harm
tea.
done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So she remembers. Insanity is rampant now. Yeah, that is a good point, Sky. Like, she remembers everything in detail.
Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
Does that mean she remembers killing you? Yeah, she kind of said as so earlier. Well, her exact words were, you died, and now we're talking.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Definitely weird. I don't have any option to slay her. Yeah, she's killed us a few times already. No, let's see. Oh, right, I was thinking the other time she killed you. So, yeah, after the very first playthrough when my game crashed a bunch of times, she beat us to death, and then instead of going back to the cabin to try it all again, excuse me, let me bring my microphone levels down just a hair. I instead just refused to go to the cabin, and that's how the world ended extremely creepily.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess,
I selected rescue the
Take
princess.
over our body and force us to try and kill her?
I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try
anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed.
That was easy.
I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace.
No, she's not violent enough for that redeem. What? Did I say that out loud?
If only you had a weapon one slip of the wrist of your pristine baby buried in her bag like everyone else that would be saved.
But we don't have a knife, so just enjoy the hug. Me.
Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
What do you want to do?
Let me guess. End the world? Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
Actually, we did, but then the game crashed.
I mean, you sort of did last time, but this is different.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave, and I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do?
Not be murdered? Let's see, I want you to tell me what you want. There must be something you want. Do you want to end the world? I just want to leave. We can figure out the rest later. If you want to leave, then let's leave. Yeah, help me help you, lady.
I just want to make you happy.
Oh, hi, hello, murder princess. Hey, Sparrow, I think something very bad's about to happen. The music just got weird.
She can't just want to make us happy.
So far, we've died like 3 times, the world ended, we're in some kind of a time loop scenario. The music's going weird, my game cache got corrupted. We're having a normal time.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
Let's see. But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness on me. Yeah, I've heard of this game. I'm curious what it's like. So far it's just a straight up visual novel, but there's something going on with like the role of the narrator. And I don't know what it is, and it's cool. And the music's getting progressively more creepy. But you need your own thing. You just met me. You can't base your entire happiness around me.
Okay, if that's what makes you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on?
Uh-oh.
What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
Is her art style getting simpler? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. This is not going anywhere, so let's just get out of here.
That sounds perfect.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, phew. She's back to normal. Normal? What are you talking about? Our angel has always been like this. Absolutely flawless. The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
This is fine.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
Yeah, I think we just made a mistake here, Taters.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening.
Sacrifice the
mope
world
about
for
it.
love. See, I'd like to think the choice I made was like, fine, I'm sick of arguing about this, let's just get out of here. But apparently this is the voice of the smitten
beans.
option.
I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with.
Are you a dragon man? What's up with your hand? We don't know. The cursor here changes depending on, whether we're holding a knife or if the knife is bloodied or what have you. And I thought the clawed hand was just a little, stylistic touch, but we don't know what our face looks like. But the few times we've seen our hands, they're these scaled, clawed something or others.
You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this.
My suspicion is that he is a dragon man, slay the dragon, slay the princess.
And what happens after we walk up the stairs?
Stands to reason.
Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks.
We are Bowser in this game confirmed. Does that mean we're Jack Black? Can we be Jack Black? That would be so cool.
That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you...
Peaches, 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 peaches.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
I did watch the Super Mario Brothers movie on a flight recently. It was a perfectly entertaining, if maybe a bit paint by numbers, animated movie. I enjoyed it.
Enough with this true
But it wasn't really
love nonsense.
groundbreaking, I'll
You
give it
just
that.
met her.
Except for Jack Black. He was the best part of the movie.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm not trying to, it's just game's just not giving me any options at this
Along for the
point.
ride at this point.
Me too, bud. Do you think you can open it? We can try together. I think I've got this. Open it by yourself. It's cute. The design is fun. Plot is kind of non-existent. Also Chris Pratt, but nice to look at. I groaned with the rest of the internet when Chris Pratt was announced as the voice of Bowser. Voice of Mario. But honestly, I think he did all right. He did a perfectly acceptable job. Wasn't remarkable, wasn't bad. He did actually try to do a character voice, and I think it kind of worked. Well, okay, I think we're stuck in the... To Sonia's point, I think we're stuck in the power of love route, so why not?
Okay.
Try it together.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess place your hands on the door together. Blech.
Love is real.
And
Love is real.
the lock clicks and the door cracks open. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's great.
I told you our love was insurmountable.
Narrator is so pissy now, I love it. Yeah, I kind of like the narrator's getting a little bit of comeuppance. Of course, so are we, because I think the narrator's right.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and the blade, that's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late.
We did leave the blade here. I'm not doing that. Well, okay, wait. We're gonna need a moment to think about this. No, love is real. The last time we had the knife, she killed us. All right. Chat has spoken. Chat has spoken. I must abide by the will of the taters. But this lady's weird, right? We can all agree this is weird. This is all very weird.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Can we leave through the window?
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin, and then you step outside.
Oh, achievement unlocked. Romantic haze. Your loves will set you free.
A happy ending at last.
Never mind the creepy atmospheric music.
We did it. What should we do now?
Yep, here comes the end of the world.
Where did everything go? Where did he go? Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
Wait, we have feathers? Oh. Oh. But you don't get the chance to make that jacket. Something has taken her away and has left something else in her place. We have a mirror now. Yeah, so this kind of thing started happening when we ruined the world last time.
Gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a mirror?
Do we get to see what we look like?
Why is it here? Why now?
Are we in Arakokra? I don't know where she went, and I don't know how we'd go about looking for her. The narrator's gone. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror. Approach the mirror. I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
There's something dreadful about it. I don't think you should. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
What is in the mirror?
I'm begging you, don't do this.
Preen, which you do with feathers. I have to admit, I don't know what the word preen means. I have to look that up. Wait a minute. Are we Harvey Birdman, attorney at law? Birdman! Ignore him. Woo. I need to rewatch Harvey Birdman. Go into the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it. The body. It's you. I just got a Steam achievement called The Body. Despite everything, it's still you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Cool. All right. Totally normal. Everything's covered in hair, fur. I don't know what this is supposed to be, or just the swirling blackness. Probably the swirling blackness. Approach her. You recognize the presence inhabiting the shell. It is the entity that delves in the spaces between.
Something returns to the long quiet. It has surrendered its path of annihilation and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
I believe it's the brand name Textured Void. You're the thing I met in the space outside of the woods, aren't you? I thought that was a dream. What are you? The gift of a fragile vessel? Is this the end of the world? Do you know the narrator? Lots of options. I don't know how much we have here. I don't know how much time we have to talk here, but I'm just reading through the options first. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you trapped in there? Do you know about the worlds beyond this place? Are you the princess? Yeah, stands to reason. So even though we started the game over, like I think we got a proper game over and this is our second route, this sort of swirling black void and hands did consume everything the first time. I'm wondering if the game remembers that. You're that thing I met in the space outside the woods, aren't you? I thought that was a dream.
Vague recollections, empty tunnels without a mouth. I am sorry if I frightened you.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Point. Is the hand moving her jaw up and down? Yep, it totally is. What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
Harvey Birdman, attorney at law. What do you mean by solitary lights?
Thoughts without connections. A dim and nascent network. I wish to be more.
Okay. I'm a person.
A person. A set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person.
Okay.
We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Let's see. Do you know the narrator?
You are the only thing I have ever known. The space we're in is vacant. Nothing comes here but us. Yes.
What's this about a fragile vessel?
Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own.
Are all the voices like her hands? Don't know. I don't know what
This one
what
is
the heck.
soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart.
Aspects making us move and talk and do. I wonder if the narrator is a similar being as the princess, because the narrator is able to manipulate things about this world beyond our control. The narrator locks us in the basement if we try to escape. The narrator made the knife appear after we rejected it. The narrator took control of our body. I wonder if the narrator is an entity just like this.
Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
I wonder if we get different versions of this being depending on how we interact with the princess. And the smitten made her cuff slip off her hand and the door open from true love. She's like a puppet that's being controlled somehow. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it's cool. Are you what sent me to slay the princess? Are you what trapped me here?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
We can't read the final choices because of the pump. Oh, sorry. I will try to be mindful of that in the future. I'm obviously not going to do it now, but I've debated having a different game layout. a different layout for playing games so that the game view is a little cropped, but that'll come later. Well, what happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom.
AKA play the other story paths. How much will I forget?
Everything, until we meet again.
And what if I don't let you do this to me?
Then we will be here forever, as we are now. Unfinished, dry, hollow.
I was sent to slay the princess to stop her from destroying the world. If I help you, is that what you're going to do?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
You're being semantic. What are you going to do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Well, so this is the being that maybe doesn't destroy. Well, let's see. How many more pieces? Oh, yeah. I suppose that's good information to have.
More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
Oh,
I
magically
am
vague.
infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
Okay, well. Let's see. I have theories, so many theories. So, I'm bad at guessing narratives like this. I can have guesses as to what's going on, like... But I don't know if I know enough to even make an educated guess at this point. But this is cool. Alright, so... Obviously we're in a loop. And with the different endings, we unlock a different aspect of this being, whatever this is. And either this being or the narrator or both are remolding the world with every loop. That's about all I can say with confidence right now. All right, well, take two, folks.
She asks that I tell you to remember her.
Remember me.
You won't.
Oh. Everything goes dark and you die. She's got a Steam achievement called A Loving Vessel. Bring the damsel to
At
her.
the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, well, new loop, new save file. All right, I am actually going to get up and take a very brief stretch break, and we will be back. I'm going to keep at this for a little while. So, y'all do the same, get a drink of water, do what you got to do. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. All right, and we're back. Well, all right, so the two general paths we've done so far is... All right. We brought the knife down, but we hesitated and she killed us. But in that same loop, we revived it where we are now, outside in the forest, and then we refused to go to the cabin. The world ended. That's one route we've done. We have done the second route where we played nice. I say play nice. We didn't bring the blade. We helped the princess eventually. She started getting weird and chopping off her hand. The narrator took us over. Let's see now. I do wonder what new aspects she might have if you have an extra voice this run. So we're back at chapter 1, and I feel like that whatever new voice we have doesn't appear until chapter 2. But maybe not.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
We do have access to this. Oh, you can't see it right now. Let me hide part of my overlay real quick. So, at different points throughout the game, if we've done, sorry. There we go. There's our cursor. This little skip button down here. This appears if I think we're repeating a segment straight up. So I don't think we have an extra voice at this moment because we just started a new loop from scratch. Which along those lines, in the interest of kind of speeding things along and not retreading too much ground, if this skip function is available, I'm going to start using it. And I think what I want to do first is retrace our first run where we brought the knife down, but we hesitated. She stomped us to death, and then we revived in the woods. But this time I'm going to go back to the cabin. So that's what I'm going to do this particular run. Okay, skipping along. Beep beep. Let's see. Oh, okay, thanks for telling me what to do.
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job.
Easy peasy.
You make your way up the short.
Lead to the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is all...
The blade is an implement. You'll need this if you want to do it right. We will take the blade.
Take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Actually, I may replay through part of this, since Sonia and Sparrow, y'all weren't around when we did this part.
An unseen light in the room below. This is her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
Notice how her voice is different this time?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Okay, we originally said, hey, I think I'm here to kill you. I won't retread the exact same ground. Just, hello.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on down.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Hey there, pretty mama. Okay, yeah, you caught me. I'm here to slay you.
That isn't a good idea. Just drop the knife, and maybe the two of us can talk things out.
She's right, we shouldn't. We should just drop the blade. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
You know what? I am going to try doing one thing live real quick. Do I have anything? Okay, I've got a background plate under the game window. I'm going to shrink down the game view a little bit so y'all get a better view of what's going on. All right, a little bit scuffy, but, you know, that's streaming. All right, we kept our grip.
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking. Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Sip of tea.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have...
See, she's still acting very suspect here, but in a very different way.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
Are you sure she's not armed?
I'm positive. I'm not. But we'll keep our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
Okay, I already said I'm gonna go along and retrace my earlier steps. I see two arms. Yeah, she's got two arms. Is there something unusual there that I'm not noticing? Okay, if I'm retracing my initial route, I have to drop the blade here.
The blade tumbled.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Oh, the narrator just said she was unarmed. Oh.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face. Unarmed. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward.
I know. I just said that. Now why are you here to kill me?
I've been told things, but I'm not sure what to believe.
Believe me.
And do you think asking me what to believe is going to suddenly make everything crystal clear? Let's not pretend that's going to happen. As far as you're concerned, and as far as they're concerned, I'm going to say whatever I have to get out of here. That's just the dynamic of our situation.
I feel like the typeface for her is different too. I know once we continue down this path, it gets very different, but I feel like even this is kookier. All right, hypothetically, how would I get you out of here?
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
She's oddly cool with that
Her
idea.
sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
Do you?
Nope. Well, I mean, you end the world. I'm
You're
lying.
lying.
Uh-oh.
How does she know that?
Don't think that just because I'm the one in chains, it means you have a right to interrogate me. Oh,
All right, that's enough
have you
talking.
decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
Okay. So, to get back on the track we were on the first time before we just refused the call, I'm going to keep you locked here a way down here, at least for a bit. We can get to know each other better while I decide what to do.
That seems like a pretty good compromise. Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon...
Okay, yeah, this is
skip,
skipped, so we can do that.
One way or another, I'm going
See?
to find a way out of here. You can make it easier for both of us if you help. And if you don't, I can promise that you'll come to regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
Yeah, the font did change. Obviously, like the very orange text now is different, but I'm trying to remember if on the previous playthrough, at least on the first night, if it was still like the white with red outline. Excuse me, one moment. Sorry, tickle in my throat. All right, to continue that last pathway, I made my choice. I'm locking her in the basement.
I know you think this is a fair compromise, but it isn't. No one wins here. It's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work. If we just stay here and keep watch, no one has to die.
You're making a mistake.
You turn your back to the princess and make your way to the stairs.
It won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing. Either way, she dropped her mask, didn't she? You can still turn around and finish the job.
No, we're sticking to the plan and locking her down here. I thought I had another choice.
It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. Have it your way. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade.
Okay, this is different because the first playthrough, at that moment, I had a chance to turn around and try to kill her. Maybe it's because I didn't ask as many questions this time around.
Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
Well, at the very least, we all get to see something new.
It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
What if it doesn't let you do the same ending twice? That's entirely possible, Sky. I thought the ending point was me refusing to go to the cabin on day 2, but I don't know.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out?
She's out of her chains.
It's not like this little door will hold for very long hours.
Oh my god!
It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
I think I have made a terrible mistake.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
This is
When I'm
fine.
out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
But I didn't kill you.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Threaten me all you want. All it does is ease my guilty conscience. So that was an act, wasn't it? You're not really innocent or harmless. You're not even a princess. You're a monster. Or ignore her and go to sleep. Okay, going with option 2 here.
I can be innocent and harmless if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin.
Uh-oh.
The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way.
Uh-oh.
Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
This is fine. This is fine. We're having fun here. This is a video game. Oh, you gotta be frickin' kidding me. The game crashed again. Let's try it again. Okay, I genuinely don't know. Is the game supposed to do this? Or... Wait, did it not? Oh, okay, there's more, there's more. Oh, there's a whole thing for quick saves. Okay.
You settle in against the far wall.
Okay, let's save, make a new proper save.
It isn't long before you start to drift off.
I know.
Okay, skipping along. Okay, I don't think that's supposed to happen.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind. You jolt. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
If it's crashing on purpose, it's almost like Doki Doki, though. She's just unraveling reality. I don't think that's what's happening, though, because, like, in Doki Doki, when that happened, the game state responded when you reloaded. This is just crashing at the exact same point every time, and it's also letting us resume from the same point every time. So, I'm going to check the local game files again. Yeah. Gonna go to BRB, folks. 1 second. Okay, we're back. Yeah, once again, the Steam game file validator reported that some files had gone bugged. So this is weird. I don't know why that's happening.
You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door.
Honestly, the scariest thing about this game is how much it's crashing on me. And this is kind of a spooky game.
It isn't long before...
I know you're...
She said... As she...
When I get out, you don't...
It does... No.
Okay, option 2, skipping along.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar. It's... Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
Except we didn't help you.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time,
This is
cocking
fine.
her head in
We're
curiosity
fine
as
here.
you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only help me get out of here. We could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends.
I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Huh. The nightmare. This is nice.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Okay, I'm going to start taking notes as to what choices we made. Okay, we don't have the skip option, so this is
You're
different.
Here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Getting a terrible sense of deja vu. Let's see. But I died? What am I doing here? Oh, we can we can just leave. But that's what happened last time.
I can assure you that you're not dead. And to answer your second question, you're here to slay the princess. I literally told you that a second ago.
Yep.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Shh. What if he hears us?
Voice of the paranoid. Okay.
That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit.
I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
Okay, so that does confirm... This does confirm one theory I have. Whenever the voice of the paranoid or hero... Wait a minute. If he doesn't remember what happened, maybe it's best to keep it that way. Okay, I thought he was always referring to the narrator, but sometimes it's referring to us, sometimes it's referring to one of the other voices in our head. Okay, we haven't done this option before. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it
maybe I've
takes
selected
to
that
get
one
you.
before.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We couldn't trust either of you, and as far as I'm concerned, we still can't. All we did was lock her away. And how'd that work out for you? No comment. Well then, congratulations. You've been given another chance to actually do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us?
He's got a point.
Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the world, and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective,
He's
there
getting
were plenty
bratty.
of
Yeah.
consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working.
I appreciate that the narrator gets exasperated with you.
And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
I mean, in this loop, we have no way of knowing.
If she brought an end to everything and everyone, how are we supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can.
Okay, let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
Just being around her in the end shut down all of my organs. What the hell am I supposed to do about that? Option 2. To quote you from last time around, she's just a princess. How can you possibly justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse. Who locked her in that basement? What is this place? These are two very valid questions. What am I supposed to do about someone who I die just by getting near them?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world.
Okay. How can you justify saying that? She's clearly something far, far worse.
She is just a princess. Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine.
You're being cagey. What aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of?
This is not a simple situation. No, it is not, Sonia.
Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him. Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cabin already.
I don't like the narrator.
You should do anything but that. We know what's waiting for us in that basement.
But the princess did just absolutely destroy us. We're almost to the Spider-Man pointing meme, I feel.
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okay, let's move on. Actually, let's save just in case.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
I wonder what the cabin will be like inside this time. That's a good question, because in our previous run, the damsel run, it was like rescuing her from a tower.
I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away.
Yeah, it might be something very different this time.
It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway.
This is a different kind of creepy.
The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already gotten out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us?
Yep, the mirror is there, Sparrow.
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it.
This whole cabin is different than I remember it being.
Very different.
Have there always been little guys looking in the window? Sparrow? No, there have not always been little guys looking in the window. I'm not happy. I don't like this. Do not perceive me. Do not perceive me. I'm not here. And now we can't unsee them. Okay. Ow. Bit over. Okay, well, this is weird.
I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here. Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't.
Don't
been
worry, that's
killed
just
by
us
the
watching
princess.
LOL.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall.
Right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants.
Okay, I'm going to look at the mirror this time. I'm expecting a similar outcome as
Next to
before.
the empty basement door frame. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. This really isn't funny.
Clean the mirror,
Reach
and it's gone.
forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Okay, well, this is probably a dividing point. Like a branch point. So... Okay, so from the very beginning, her attitude is very different depending on whether or not we go armed. She was friendly without, if we didn't have a blade, and she was hostile, very hostile, if we go with a blade. Question is, how does this loop structure work? If we go unarmed now, are we... Wait a second. Oh, that's because we have options. Never mind. I was about to say, like, the void is consuming our view, but no, this is just because we can make choices. I wonder if her demeanor will be better if we don't go in with a weapon, or if we're just going to be instantly murdered. Okay, I'll make a decision in 3 seconds. Going without. Knife time or go without? I said I would go without. I'm going to roll with that.
We should have taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper.
That's okay. We have save files.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mentioned the eyes.
Yep, they're blinking now.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
She just monstered out and you didn't take the knife. Okay, Sky, a very fair point. I'm a brave Popoto. No, I am not. My theory is I'm wondering how much her demeanor changes depending on if we're armed.
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Well, there's my theory tested.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
I'm going to talk to her. I don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Meritor thinks I can do it. I don't know why you're being all such pessimists right now. Step off into the void between the stairs. Continue down the stairs in silence. I don't think there's much point in talking to her. The narrator didn't... Well... Yeah. Going with this option.
Finally, a voice of reason. The rest of you should take notes. Still, slaying her would be easier if you had a weapon. Should we go back for it? Can we even go back for it?
Oh, the player is the third person. Which third person are you talking about? The paranoid?
You briefly turn back. Where once there was an entrance to the cabin, now there are only more stairs. I guess the only way out of this place is through it.
The narrator talked about all three of you. Oh. Yeah, no, Sonia, that tracks. The hero, the paranoid, and the player. Nope, I think you're right on the money.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right.
One of the voices did say the four of us at one point, talking about all of you too. Okay, yep, yeah. That all tracks. There is four of us.
She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
No, I'm not.
We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
This was a bad idea. Okay, go left, go right, do nothing, go back the way you came. We're going left. Because the right one has eyes. I don't think that's probably important.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
All right, sorry about that, folks. OBS crashed again. So, one of those evenings, isn't it? Yeah, OBS crashed again. I don't know why my computer is going so bonkers these days. My OBS crashed on Saturday when I was doing my Live 2D rigging. Yeah, I don't know what's going on tonight. Okay. All right, give me just a moment. You know you're a real tuber when you have scuff. Yeah, but this is a lot of scuff for one night. Oh, it didn't save my cropping the game window. One moment. Yep. A little easier for y'all to read that way. Okay. Sorry, it's going to take just one moment before I continue. Okay. All right. So, we went down to the basement. We did not take the knife. That's what we did.
Knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive. You cross.
All right.
The
Skipping
air.
ahead.
Okay. Fine.
Dismiss.
Should we go back for it? You briefly turn back. I guess the only way out. You make your way to the bottom of the stair. As you. Are you? No, I'm.
I would.
Okay. Going left. It's about crash time for me, so I'm going to say goodnight. I'm happy I got to see a chunk of this, especially as I voted for it. Yeah, no, Sonia, I'm glad you had a good time. Apologies for things being so frickin' unstable tonight. It's really wearing on me, but, you know, show must go on. I'm probably going to go with this for either another half an hour or the reasonable breaking point, and hopefully that's not OBS breaking. So, yeah, I'm going to continue playing this game more, probably next week. I'll try to be free Wednesday if you guys need Final Fantasy help. Okay, that's good to know. I think Chaton said she can already help, but we can always swap people in and out. Otherwise, yeah, thanks for hanging out, Sonia. Have a good night. Okay, quick save. Go left.
You turn to the left faintly
There.
as the princess approaches.
There she is.
Your legs suddenly go numb. Your arms quickly follow.
Yep, we're going numb again.
This is it, isn't it?
No little knife this time. It's almost like you want me to get you.
Okay, she's doing the creepy doll thing.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
Okay, so even the narrator's
I
confused.
wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open. Lungs, liver.
Well, this is... Oh, the paranoid is still chanting to himself. Well, the chapter is called The Nightmare, and it's living up to its namesake.
What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more? You have seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath. Heart.
This is really unsettling.
Decide what you want to do, can you?
Heart, lungs.
Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
Quick saving in case the game crashes again.
She isn't attacking us. Why? Nerves, heart, lungs.
That's a good point.
The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen. That isn't my fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you?
Okay. Quick save. Alright, let's explore our options. Why won't you finish me off? What good am I to you alive? What do you want from me? What happened after you killed me last time? I was sent here to stop you from destroying the world. I can't just let you leave. You're a lunatic, you know that. If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down thing? We can work together. I'm not doing any of this. I'm not helping you leave. I'm not going to kill you, so do your worst. Leave together. Fine, you win. I'll let you leave. Ooh.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Okay.
Heart, lungs,
So the door was wide open and she didn't leave.
heart, lungs.
If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down thing?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
Lungs, liver,
Okay, well, fair enough.
lungs, liver.
What happened after you killed me last time?
I tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me and then...
Nerves,
Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
Okay, so we both need to be alive in order to exit the cabin.
nerves, heart,
That's interesting.
I don't think I can move without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
Okay, let's...
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
And what if I refuse to let you out? What happens then?
We're stuck down here together. Until you change your mind.
Static, and a skipped beat as she touches your shoulder and and whispers in your ear. No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Or until your heart finally gives out.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
Creepy. Oh, hey, 1 second, folks. Things are crashing again. I'm gonna give this one more try and then I can take a hint. Let me just get my avatar loaded back in. Oh, not that one. Nope, not that one. Oh wait, actually, yes, that one. Except that's not working. Oh, because we're not broadcasting. Excuse me. Okay, one moment. There we go. All right. So, while we're reloading for the 8th time, this reminds me of the scariest movie I have ever watched. This movie was called The Cell. I don't know that it was actually a scary movie, but what I do know is that it crashed my DVD player a whole bunch, and that scared the shit out of me. Okay, 22:55.
Heart, lungs, liver.
Just one moment, need to adjust my sound.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
I can't actually lower my sound, that's weird.
Lungs, liver.
Okay, that'll work for now.
Heart, lungs,
All right.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver.
Okay, how about I just kill you instead?
Oh, that's adorable. You don't have anything that can hurt me, so do your worst.
Okay, she's got a point.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Does that mean you can die?
The princess cocks her head, neck cracking uncomfortably, and you can't help but imagine a smile carve its way from ear to ear on the other side of her mask.
Of course I can die. I'm dying all the time, and so are you. But we're both still here, and you can't make me go away.
Nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
Okay, if you want to work together, let's repeat this option.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
Okay. I want to wrap up this loop and have my computer stop crashing. So, well,
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
no, I need to get away from her.
You turn and run, doing your best to put one useless leg in front of the other. Liver,
You poor, poor
Uh-oh.
thing. Wrong choice.
liver. You get nowhere before the princess is in front of you once again. Liver,
You're always going to be a coward.
lungs. She raises a hand to her mask and pulls it down. You don't get the chance to see what lies beneath before it envelops you. Like a creeping mold, the complete reality of your existence threads its way through your mind. Birth, death, birth again, decay and bloom, a million stitches from a million microscopic wounds you've inflicted on everyone you've ever met, with every muscle you've moved and every word you've ever spoken. No.
Let me out.
Your existence hurts them.
Let me out!
A lonely soul in a room by itself, weeping. It lives for 80 years and then it's gone. And then it's there again.
Let me out!
A reprieve. A good life. Love. Children. A steady career. Recognition from your peers. Here one moment. Gone the next. The worms have found their orifices.
Let me out!
Diagnosis. It forgets everything it is. Anger, rage, distance, poverty. The lonely soul is lonely again. Love turns to mockery. It dies. It is reborn. Worse. Lonelier.
Let me out!
No. No. What's happening to us?
Let me out!
This is all too much. I can't keep going.
Okay, so I think we're approaching the end of this loop, and the last time the narrator started weakening.
You can't keep going. Well, what are you talking about?
But he doesn't respond.
Oops, I think I broke you. I'll see you soon. You'll know what to do.
Your body is dead, but you live on. Chapter 3. Chapter 4, 5, lots of chapters. The moment of clarity.
You're on a path in the... Shit. What the hell was that? Who are we? What are we doing?
There was a princess, I think. It's all so fuzzy.
Voice of the broken. We have a new voice.
To remember.
You shouldn't know about the princess. At least, not until I... You've already been here, haven't you?
I guess. It feels so long ago, almost like we've never left. We have to let her out.
No, that's the opposite of what you're here to do. You have to slay her. Slay? We decided not to do that, didn't we? Yeah, we're supposed to let her out. It's really the only way this works out for us. If you think about it, she's the one with power here. Nobody else can do much of anything.
Voice of the opportunist. That's another new voice.
No, we were supposed to keep her trapped there.
Stubborn.
Forever,
That's another one.
I think.
We're supposed to be
Hold.
unfeeling. How many times do I have to tell you to snuff out your heart?
We can't be unfeeling. Not when there's so
Hunted.
much fear everywhere. There's nothing for us to do. We've already tried everything.
Okay, no, there's a lot we haven't done before.
We love her, so we have to set her free.
Yeah, we listened to this guy before.
Can we love something that hates us? Can we love something that hurts us? To be given an ounce of kindness from something so cruel would be more pure than any other love. Why are there so many of us? There aren't supposed to be so many of us.
I am wondering where all these other voices are coming from.
This is bad. You need to get a grip. What did you let happen? How many times have you been here?
I think they're all wrong. How many good questions? How many times have you been here? Let's see. How many times have you all been here?
Many times. It feels like we've been here forever, but it also feels like we've barely been here at all.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, we just have to do what she says and then everything will be fine. It won't. It will be for us. She said so. You're part of everything. If things aren't fine for everything, they won't be fine for you. There's no difference between fine and not fine, it just goes on and on.
But that doesn't make sense. I only remember being here twice before this, and some of you don't remember being here at all. Was I here those other times? Did someone else make these decisions?
What what does here even mean if you really think about it?
This is a different end of the world void than we've seen before.
Shut up. You were here.
Every single time.
You did your best, really. There's just a pecking order. And our cruel and beautiful goddess sits atop it, right where she's always belonged.
You're lucky. What I would give to be able to forget.
Oh, the hero's burnt out.
I've tried to keep them numb, but they're all too soft. A shame, really.
Quick save, because this thing's crashing on me like crazy tonight. What if we don't go to the cabin?
We've tried that.
Okay, point.
It doesn't work.
Our hearts always brought us back to her.
Yeah, it worked once.
Is stacked. So many paths, and they're all circles.
Yeah, onward to the cabin.
You slowly make your way through the umbral forest, bumping against unseen trees as you grasp through the darkness for a way forward. But eventually, you do make it to the cabin. Or rather, you make it to the place a cabin should have been. Instead, all you find is an empty hill. No, this isn't right. There's a cabin there. There's always supposed to be a cabin there.
Don't ask him about the mirror. He always says he never sees it.
He always lies. And he always makes it gone. Stay focused. You still have a job to do, and it's best not to be distracted by fraying thoughts. There is no mirror. You know that as well as I do. She's still here, buried deep inside the earth. Just walk up the hill. You always give too much space to the others.
So,
it's why you always lose.
Why doesn't he want us to see the mirror? Why is the narrator always denying the mirror? What's wrong with giving them space? What if it helps them? What if they need to be heard?
They've been heard too much. It's why they are the way they are. Exactly. They are delusions, and all that catering to them will do is drag you down to their level. You have to keep moving. Or you could just give up.
Not giving up.
You walk up the hill, hesitating just beyond the bounds of the cabin.
The cabin that isn't there.
You've got to clean the mirror, haven't you? You've got to see what's in it. Smash it to pieces.
She's on the other side, and we have to let her out. It's the only way we can be free.
It's the only way we can have our thoughts back.
So are there all these other voices? Like, are these all different routes? Or is this just part of this ending?
Just go around it. Just do something. It doesn't matter what.
Proceed. Okay, that's descriptive.
Proceed? Proceed to where? I'm afraid you're going to have to be a little more specific. That's a new one. Do you think it'll work? Of course it'll work. He always makes the best decisions. It's why he gets to make them.
Yes, the best decisions, like going after Murder Princess without a knife.
And it already has worked. It's gone, don't you see?
Oh.
We're one step closer to her.
The interior of the cabin is much the same as the exterior of the cabin. A dull, fuzzy, dreamlike nothing. It's empty and isolating, but there's just enough vague shape and unknown texture to suggest the structure they're in. Wrong and unsettling as it may be, the only object of note is a pristine blade buried in the dirt floor, a hint of its shining edge teasing through the sediment. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Take it. It's the only way forward.
Take the blade. It's the only way forward. Don't you remember? You have to take the blade. Well, so much for choices.
You reach down to take the blade, but as you do, the ground beneath it shifts, the weapon sinking deep into the earth. You lean over the hole and gaze into the abyss. It is so very deep. Deep in the bowels of the earth. You see something
Hello.
staring back at you. It fills you with dread. It's her. She's watching us. She never stops watching us.
There you are. My toy has finally come to finish his job.
With every word she speaks, the princess in the pit blinks closer.
You dragged this out for so much longer than you had to.
Closer
But it was always just a matter of time.
and closer
You are going to have to stop running eventually.
and closer.
Nope, 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 nope.
Everything stops running eventually. Except for me. I've already taken your will, and you're not getting it back. All that's left is for you to take my will and let me out. It'll be so much fun.
Ow,
You and
that's
me,
loud.
Together, exploring the world and spreading fear wherever we go. Well, mostly just me. But you'll get to be there too. A witness. I can even make you a little cage if you want. Gilded and everything.
Do something. Do anything that isn't taking her hand.
You were something else a long time ago. Was it something new or just a dull and jaded memory? There's no other ending here. Just take her hand and set her free. Ugh. We don't really have many choices here, Taters.
You extend your hand to hers. For all her past cruelties, the moment feels gentle. Tender, even. I can't believe you just made me say that. I hate you. The motion is difficult at first, as if something still resists your efforts. But then that resistance gives way, and it's over.
Sorry, one moment.
And that's the end. I wonder what we're going to do next.
Probably end the world.
I didn't think I'd be so tired.
Oh, the world's collapsing. The princess, exhausted, slumps.
Why is it so cold?
And the hands. You do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Yeah. I can finally think again. Almost.
Okay, so in 2 complete loops now, as we leave the cabin, the world collapses and we go to this void between worlds. We learned that she can't escape on her own. She needs us to escape. We need to take her hand to escape. Maybe there's no significance to this, but just now we grabbed her right hand and pulled her out of the hole. And in the earlier loop where she was nice, she chopped off her own right. It was her right arm that was shackled. None of this may matter.
That mirror's back. What does that mean for us? I'm sure it'll be whisked away just like maybe it will be gone. Things are different now.
This time will be different.
Doesn't seem like there's much else to do here.
Nope.
Finally, we can smash it. Oh, will you stop with the smashing? What do we say, boys? One last vain attempt to look at ourselves. Yeah. I think I'd like that. Seems we've got a majority. All that's left is to give it a look.
Approach the mirror. You step towards the mirror once more. Its secrets remain hidden. Its mysteries remain unresolved.
Something tells me that this is the end of the line. But I don't feel bad about it. I'm ready. It feels okay. The fear's gone. I'm done fighting. My heart feels quiet.
First time that's ever happened, Mr. Smitten.
The game was always going to end. I'll be free of all of you.
I'm ready for the truth. I'm ready to sleep.
So am I, bud.
I'm just ready to be anywhere that isn't here. Boys, it's been an honor.
Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. Proceed to the cabin. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
What's it feel like to change like this?
Eyes close in reflection. Perspectives meld together, and the breadth of my experience stretches to new corners. There are contradictions, conflicts in my nature, and there are familiarities that bind everything together. It feels correct. This is what I need to be. This is the only path forward.
So I still have lots of questions as to what this entity is. I don't know that this entity may just be amoral. It simply wants to exist. When all this is done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was.
Y'all ever seen episodes 25 and 26 of Neon Genesis Evangelion? Why am I asking? No reason.
I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
Giggity. When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay, so earlier Sonia was speculating we couldn't make the same choices as before, and this confirms it. Once we've done a particular type of path, we can't repeat it. You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why? Do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
Saving? Let's see. What do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart, Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
You've been kinder to me than anyone else I've met. Why?
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
Point. And what do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
So you don't have any preferences on how you'd like to change or grow?
My preference is for you to show me what you would like me to see. I cannot know the ways I wish to grow, for I have yet to feel them. It is you who guides me down the thin trail of perspective and memory.
We could attack the entity or destroy our own body. I don't particularly want to do either. Oh, let me move my head out of the way. I don't particularly want to do either one of these, but I find it curious if these lead to their own endings or if it's just, boop, we're done. Or if it was just wiped out of existence. All right, well. All right, I'm ready to go back. I am going to wrap up stream in just a few minutes. I do want to take a couple of moments to collect my thoughts as to what all we've seen in this very weird game.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Yep. Everything goes dark, and you die. I guess that's that counts as a jump scare. Let's see. The scattered vessel, bring the moment of clarity to her. Oh. Wait a tick. Did the sound not play? Sky, I saw that you made the redeem, but I don't think it played. It played. Okay, that's weird. I didn't hear it. Well, okay, my computer's going batty right now. Oh, I think I have an idea why. Actually, I don't have an idea why. Whatever. All right. Yeah, let's go back to the room and chill for just a moment. Ugh. All right. Well, that was certainly a stream. So I'm really liking this game, but I'll be honest, like, the fact that my computer is going so reliably batty is kind of freaking me out. So I'm going to try to work on some stuff off stream and see if I can smooth that out. Yeah, this is a cool game. It's not quite as horror game as I was expecting. Frankly, the horror elements are waiting for my computer to break. But let's see. So yeah, we're in a loop. I still think the narrator and the entity, for lack of a better term, are similar existent or related beings. And yeah, it's really, really good. I'm liking it so far. I'm going to have to start taking some notes on the paths I've done because I'm not sure what other branches we could really take. Like, I mean, I know there's lots of other choices, but I need to map out what we've done so that I don't do them again. I will be playing this on Monday nights. May do no, I'll stick with it on Monday nights. I was going to say maybe I'll do a few minutes on Saturday before doing rigging stuff, but for now, plan on me running this on Monday nights. And yeah. So yeah, next stream is going to be Wednesday when me, Sparrow, and our friend Nanashi are going to be hanging out and just kind of low-key hangouts in Final Fantasy. Nanashi is a new player to the game. I think she's in like level 35 or so. So we'll be doing some lobby stuff, but just, you know, hanging out. Back here, I will be back here Saturday morning for rigging. And then Saturday night, I'll be over on Sparrow's channel. And y'all and anyone who shows up will get to hear me gush on the Xeno series for an appropriate amount of time. So Me and Sparrow have been doing some planning regarding that, and should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Let us find who we are going to raid. Twitch.tv. Wait for my web browser to work. Talk amongst yourselves. All right. Who do I know that's on right now? Let's see. They're on. Yeah. Let's go check in on Toxan Memoria. So yeah, hang around for the raid. Otherwise, thank you all for hanging out. Thank you very much for your patience while my OBS and computer and game have crashed a whole bunch of times. Not the way I like doing things, folks, but here we are. Appreciate y'all sticking around. Yeah, hang out for the raid, and then otherwise I will see y'all next time. Have a good one.